Welcome to You Should Know This. I spent a whole hour today pulling clips from Lonesome Dove to teach you this lesson, and then I deleted it like an idiot. I still got to learn my video editing software. It works good when I know what I'm doing. So I just made pictures, and I'm going to talk over the pictures. And those of you who have seen the movie or the miniseries will know what I'm talking about. Those of you who read the book will also know what I'm talking about. There are spoilers coming. I am sorry if you haven't bothered to check it out. It's on all the free streaming services, including YouTube. The free with ads section of YouTube has Lonesome Dove with Robert Duvall, 1989. Okay? What I'm going to teach you right now is the company motto, kind of is what the book is about. Okay? And you'll see it come up again and again and again. So this is the sign for Hat Creek Cattle Company. At the bottom there, it's Latin, uva uvum vivindo varia fit. And of course, when Gus and Cole are arguing about it, he says verum fi, verum double fi, because they're arguing about it and he wants to tweak Cole. So I've looked through it. Let me get my mouse over there. I looked through it, and this next slide, that Latin phrase means a grape seeing another grape changes color. Okay? It means it symbolizes that individuals influence each other. What it means, that the overall phrasing, a grape is not ripe until it reaches another grape. You have two grapes, separate drawers in the refrigerator, they won't ripen. Put them together, they'll ripen, is what it's saying. And this is how the show goes. Now, here at the beginning, the second scene of the show, they're having dinner. They're preparing to have dinner. And you have all these different characters with different personalities, but in actuality, during this scene, it's five guys goofing on each other. Even though Call is a hard, unfeeling man with no personality except anger and hard work, he's telling jokes during this scene. P, he's kind of slow during this miniseries. Doesn't seem too smart, but he does say, "Can we eat now, or do we got to wait until you two quit arguing?" Bolivar over there, the one going for more, bring over more dishes, he says, "You're going to wait forever if that happens, because they're never going to stop arguing, because he knows how they are." It's just five guys after work goofing on each other. It's funny, humorous little scene. Kind of sets up the personalities too. A couple of scenes later, Dish, the guy standing up there, was trying to solicit the prostitute there in the corner, but Gus comes in and changes the whole mood of the room. It's very tense in there. You can see that it's tense and uncomfortable in there. And then Gus comes in and everybody starts to relax. Even Dish, even though he's not able to solicit the prostitute at that moment, he does start to relax and they start playing cards. And they all just breathe easier, so to speak. They get together, the grapes ripen, and they get together and they're happy for a while. Spoilers, this is after the funeral, the first funeral. Spoiler, yeah, I ain't getting any more than that. Call, the cold, heartless, unfeeling man that just wants to work hard and that's it, maybe have an adventure, gently tells those boys the best thing you can do with death is ride off from it. Just get over it and go on with your life. He's seen what happens. He's seen death all through his career, and he doesn't want them to dwell on it. He wants them to go on with their lives. Gus is with Lori. He has rescued her from her captivity. Quick side note, if you watched the miniseries, you probably thought that something happened to Lori We're on YouTube, so I have to keep it calm. I am putting an age restriction on this because we're talking about death and assaults of a woman captured by criminals and held captive by criminals. It was not on the miniseries because it was made for TV. But it was also, I believe, not in the book either, if I'm remembering correctly. It Everything happened so fast that they were too busy to assault her, if you know what I mean. So it wasn't said specifically in the book or anything like that. It just wasn't there. So we can assume that it just happened too fast for them to get around to it, so to speak. But she is showing signs that she was assaulted. Okay, she is showing PTSD. But Gus sits her down and tries to bring her back to a normal life. Just as Call says, you got to get over it and go on. Gus is trying to push her gently, very ever so gently. You can see it when you watch it. He's trying to push her away from her bad memories. He's trying to get her to go on, to let it out, because he has seen this before. He knows what she's up against, and he knows how to act with her. He's not the normal Gus. He is someone helping someone very gently along. I didn't know where to cut this scene. I had just this scene, not the following scene where they execute the horse thieves. I had just this scene pulled so you could see how Jake acts. Throughout these two scenes, Jake and Gus act perfectly. It's so amazing. Jake is trying to get out of it at this moment. He can't believe I'm not a criminal. You can't do to horse thieves what you're going to do to me. This isn't right. And Gus, on the other hand, is talking to them very gently because he knows what's coming. If you've seen The Green Mile, you know the mood that Gus is in right now. He's trying to talk them down, to keep them calm. He's talking very gently to them. He's calling them son. He's being understanding. And then when Jake is on his horse ready for his execution, he realizes where he is and who he's with. And he goes back to being proper Jake. His grape finally ripens and he goes back to being proper Jake. I don't want to be hung by strangers. Might as well be hung by my friends. He's still a joking, jovial, handsome, debonair, smooth Jake. And he does the right thing because he's around the right people. When the Suggs brothers were still alive, he was around the wrong people and he was acting wrong. A grape ripens when it meets another grape. That is the whole show. Well, that's the underlying plot of the show. I think my next video, I don't know how many of these I'm going to have. I think my next one I'm going to talk about Newt's dad and what he went through to get there. So look forward to that. Like, share, and subscribe. You know you can turn on notifications. I'm not going to tell nobody you're my fan unless you ask me to. If you give me a request, I'll try to upload a video real quick. Like, share, and subscribe. You know, if all of you would like, share, and subscribe, I'd quit complaining about you not liking, sharing, and subscribing. Y'all have a good weekend.